Hi, welcome. We are live in the Detroit Audacy station for my interview with radio host Sarah Thomas from 99.5 FM wycd, and also known as Detroit's #1 for new country. But if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. How are you doing today?
Terrible. I'm kidding. I'm good. How are you?
Good. What is your schedule like when at work?
My schedule? It's pretty much different every week and every day. Depends when you do a show with other people, other co-hosts and stuff. You kind of have to figure out what works best for everybody. A lot of times, we're in the studio from 3 to 7. Sometimes, if you had, like I'm at the auto show next week. So the auto show is happening. We're doing a broadcast from 3 to 7 a couple days next week. So it'll be a little different. I'll be there and Coop will be in the studio. So it is different. And, summer is super busy for concerts and stuff like that. So it is different every week.
Those concerts were fun, and then hearing them on the air was also fun. I know you were with Grunwald.
Yeah.
Or who was it?
It was for Kenny Chesney, Grunwald. Yep. Grunwald and me. It was an interesting show. I'm glad you.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was funny. There was a lot of humor.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have holiday parties with the country radio team?
Holiday parties. We have all gotten together for fun. A lot of times, like Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff is for your family and, going on vacations and stuff like that. But we do, like, around Christmas, we'll have little parties here, which is really fun, or we have, employee picnics, which is really fun. That's actually next week, too. So yeah,
fun.
So we do. It is fun when you like the people you work with to hang out with.
Is it just everyone based on Detroit, or is Coop also here, and Katie?
Yeah.
Is Katie here, too, and Brew? Or?
Sometimes.
Ah.
Yeah, kind of hit or miss.
Well, if you get a chance, could you tell Holly that I also have time for the interview? She was doing it, and then I've messaged her, and then it's like
I will.
I've gotten nothing.
I'll let her know.
And then Coop, I've
Everybody,
messaged
like I
him
said,
all summer.
The summer and the beginning of fall, still like the auto show stuff, and is pretty busy for everybody.
So if I should message Coop again, when should I try that?
You can do it right now.
All right, I'll do it after. Do you ever have anxiety while or before you are recording?
Not so much anymore. In the beginning, when I didn't know how to do traffic or weather or anything like that, I was really nervous, because you don't want to mess up and you don't know how everything works in the beginning, but not anymore. And when you become friends with the person that you have a show with, or the people that you work with, it's not like nerve-wracking or anything at all.
What are your radio history and roles?
My history. How long do you have? I'm kidding.
I have plenty of time.
So I started out interning when I was 17 with Jay Towers and the Morning Revolution, which was 93.1. DRK was back in the day. I loved that station, so I was super excited to be able to intern there. And then I went away to Michigan State for a year or two, came back, and interned, then produced Mojo in the Morning, which is great, and was in promotions doing WNAC, WJLB, all the iHeart stations. Then I was brought over here, and I worked at the Ticket and Amp Radio for a while, and then I was an assistant to our boss now, Tim Roberts, and from that point on, there were a lot of things that happened, like maternity leaves and everything like that, and I filled in slowly, and then got my own shift, and then I was all over the place from morning till night, everywhere. So then now I'm with Coop from 3 to 7, Monday through Friday. It's been a journey.
When did you start with your own shift at this channel?
At this channel? I think it was 2017, so like 5 years ago. Yeah.
What did you major in?
I majored originally in journalism, And then I realized that I didn't want to count how many words were in the first sentence in newspaper articles. So then I changed to communications. But a lot of this business is who you know, and if you do a good job, someone will tell someone else. And then I actually worked on a lot of movies and TV shows too, kind of based from radio. So that's been a lot of fun.
What is your favorite thing to talk about on the radio?
I like to be silly with Coop. That's fun. So just random jokes back and forth I like. And then I love doing our St. Jude radiothon, which we do every year for a couple days, and it's helping raise money for the kids at St. Jude.
And that's
That's
coming
my
up,
favorite.
right?
It is in December, the first week-ish of December. Yeah, so that's a lot of fun too.
What is your least favorite thing to talk about on the radio?
Gosh, I don't think there is anything. I like to talk about a lot of different stuff. I like to do the weird fact of the day that we do. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I don't like talking about.
What was today's weird fact of the day?
It's if if an animal lays eggs, it does not have a belly button. There's not one animal that has a belly button that also lays eggs.
Oh,
You're welcome.
interesting.
Share that with the kids at your school.
I will. My assistant principal sometimes puts this in the newsletters.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's great.
And then it gets talked about. I know my channel's been tweeted out.
Aw, that's so nice. That's great.
When did you start working for 99.5?
I think it was, I want to say 2017. I want to say 16 or 17.
Do you have a favorite person to work with on the radio?
I honestly like working with everybody. There are a lot of really good people, which makes a difference. I've been at certain places before where they're not people that you would hang out with outside of work. But here, I like working with everyone, and Coop is fun too.
Is it hard to record for the radio outside in the winter?
Outside, when do we record outside in the winter?
Or like
I'm trying to think. I don't think they've ever made me do that.
for events?
I mean, not in the winter, I don't think. I think I used to work events for the Midwinter Blast, but that wasn't on the air.
Do you have a favorite event to radio on? To be at and do radio?
The St. Jude, we used to do all of that in person and stuff. I loved doing that. And really any live broadcasts or anything like Hoedown where we met and stuff like that. That was really fun.
That was fun.
It was a hot day, but
That was.
it was fun. I had a sweat mustache.
The year before that was at least a little easier in the temperatures.
Yes, it was a hot one this year.
What is it like to be at the concerts?
It's a lot of fun, especially when you're a fan of the music, you know, that you're working the show or event or whatever. We have Kid Rock on, I think I'm working at Saturday, so that'll be a lot of fun. And people watching is always fantastic.
What is your education?
I graduated high school and then I went to Michigan State, and then I actually graduated from OU. So I came back to work on Mojo in the Morning, and then that is where I graduated from Oakland University.
What did you get as a major at Oakland University?
It was communications because I switched from journalism. Because a lot of times when you major in journalism, it's just the newspaper, the written thing, and I found out that's not. I don't like to count words.
How long does it take for the country artists to reply if they're going to be on the air?
A lot of times they are the ones that want to be on with us because they have something to promote. So, it's kind of, if they have a new album coming out and they want people to hear it or buy it or download it or whatever, they'll want to talk to the radio station because then it gets people to hear it and be like, oh, I love Michael Ray. I'm going to download his, new CD tomorrow or whatever. So it's kind of, it depends.
Do you have any of those coming up in the next couple months for your show specifically?
In the next couple months, I'm trying to think. As of right now, no, because we're focused more on the auto show for next week. We've talked to Carly Pierce a lot. We've talked to Kelsey Ballerini a lot. I'm trying to think who else that like we regularly have on the show a lot. Michael Ray we've talked to. I mentioned Michael Ray. Lady Antebellum, Lady A, we talked to. I'm trying to think. A lot more, and a lot of it is kind of last minute, or you don't know right now who you're going to be talking to in a few weeks.
Correct. I have no clue. I'm pretty sure the rest of my month's busy without interviews and just school stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly just there was a bunch of opportunities of like getting maybe to walk people in the building, so I'm going to take a look at that. Applying for other things around the school.
Oh, that's great.
So we'll see where.
Good. Where do you go to school?
West Bloomfield Middle School.
Aw, very good.
Nice new building.
It makes it a lot more fun.
State of the art too. It like just opened up this year.
State of the art. You heard it here first.
Auditoria.
That's wonderful.
Auditorium, cafeteria together, garages inside.
Jeez, that's one. I want to go there.
Like sheets literally covering the garage if there's a fire drill.
Wow. That's intense.
Yeah.
Good for you.
You should join. Great staff, great people. What year did you start Code Words to win tickets?
I think when we did it on weekends a lot.
What does it feel like to talk to the country artist?
Really cool. My thing is throughout the years of meeting people, it's the people that you were fans of, like when you were a kid or something. I remember you can meet someone who's like an A-list celebrity. That's great. But then I remember I met the guy who plays Uncle Joey on Full House when I was like 17 or 18 in the beginning. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is Uncle Joey. I just touched him. So it's like people that when you were a kid that you were like, oh my, I'll never meet him. And then you do. It's really cool.
How is your relationship with Coop so strong?
How is it so strong? Therapy. No, I'm kidding. No, we have a really good relationship. We have a similar sense of humor, and a similar way that we work and stuff like that. And a lot of times his like strong points are my weaknesses, and then his weaknesses are my strong points. So we balance each other out well, I think.
Do you pre-record everything or certain things?
Sometimes you have to pre-record certain things if something happens during a time that isn't the time that you're on the air. Like if Carly Pierce can only talk to you at 6 p.m. but you're not on the air then, or something like that, then that is when you pre-record. Or sometimes we do a little bit ahead of time for when we're on location, because sometimes we've had like the Wi-Fi go out or something terrible happens and you have to make sure that you have a couple things already set to be on the air if the technology messes up or something like that.
Now today's show from the morning, I heard there was some sound issues.
Oh yeah?
Just listening on like the radio, but on the Audacy app it was fine. And I heard that got resolved.
Thank you for letting me know. I didn't even know.
What?
Yeah.
What was it? What time do you have to come in to pre-record if you have to pre-record the whole show?
I think it depends. I think it depends. So,
like today's show. About an hour and a half, maybe. Or it depends. It depends. Like I'm gonna be at the auto show, like I said, next week. So, there might be a couple that we pre-record just to make sure that the equipment works and everything's okay. But it depends. A whole show, it can take some shows forever, and some shows it doesn't take long at all. What do you pre-record usually? Like interviews, or like broadcasts that you want to make sure everything, the technology doesn't get messed up. Basically that, or
you have a doctor's appointment and you have to leave a little early or something like that.
What are your segments on the shows that you do?
We do the Stitch with Sarah, the Weird Fact of the Day. We do, we give away tickets and stuff like that. I'm trying to think what else. We talk about kind of like the news in the country world, like what has happened in the past couple days or a week or so. Trying to think of what else. That's about it.
What is today's Stitch, or has that not been revealed yet?
Today's was we actually have, I forget, it's like not Shake Shack, it's a milkshake place from Chicago that's coming to Detroit that you can get like s'mores on top of the milkshake, and how the sugar factory is open in Detroit now.
Ooh.
So a lot of places that were popular in other cities are coming to Detroit. So that was one of them.
Now for questions that are even harder for others to answer, that are more for you.
Oh, perfect.
I hear you talk about Planet Fitness Gym a lot on the radio. Do you use the Planet Fitness Gym in the studio, or do you actually go to their studio?
Yeah, there are some times that I go to the gym there. I actually really like Planet Fitness a lot. It's really nice. And $1 down, $10 a month is the deal going on now.
I heard you have a black card too.
I have a black card. Pretty cool.
Do you have a favorite gym equipment piece?
I like the massage tables. I know, I'm kidding. No, I hate the treadmill. That's about it. I like everything else. I can't stand being in one spot and walking. It's weird.
What made you interested in going to the gym?
The pandemic. The pandemic, I ate like the world was ending. Turns out the world didn't completely end. So then you're like, oh, now I have to fit into a dress, or now I have to fit into something, and you're like, oh, all that mac and cheese was not a good choice. So basically, at the end of the pandemic is when I was like, oh man, shoot, somebody's got to get moving.
Are you sick of food now, or is it like you
Am I
can
sick
eat
of food
it?
now? No. Who ever gets sick of food?
I mean, it's like, it tastes good, but it's like, you eat it so frequent because you run out of things.
You run out of things to eat?
Or like, you can't find anything in the grocery stores.
I never get sick of eating. I don't know anyone who does.
I mean, you can't get sick of eating, but like eating certain foods.
Certain foods? I guess. I guess, maybe.
I mean, technically...
Pizza, sometimes you can have too much pizza.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much. Too much. I mean, sometimes that's easy. I get it. Allergy sake and all that.
Yeah.
But it's like, too much.
Yes.
School, there's a lot of that.
Eat the same thing every day.
The summer camp I was at, every Monday there was pizza. I ate like 5 pieces because I was hungry.
Right. Then you get sick of it.
It still just makes you
It's like,
sick.
geez, enough pizza already.
Yep. I was like that at the end of the year. No more pizza.
No
I
more.
get pizza every day. Pretty much. What made you choose Planet Fitness as your gym?
What made me choose Planet Fitness? Everyone's really friendly, and it's not. Sometimes you go to a gym or you go somewhere and you're like, I don't know. You feel like you're like, why is that lady wearing high heels to work out? It's not like that. So, I like the friendliness of it.
Judgment free. You say on the air.
Free. There you go. You're exactly right.
You can catch Sarah Thomas and Coop on the air from 3 to 7 on 99.5 WYCD and on the free Audacy app, available for download in the App Store. Thank you for joining.
Very good.
We will do a studio tour.
Yes, we will.
All right, we're in the WYCD studio, the wall with the TV, the door basically with a wall, a window, an overview at the desk. There's Sarah. More TV and wall. All right, there's one monitor here, and then the keyboard, I believe this is.
Yes.
All right.
Or it's the board. That's what we call it.
All right. So, what's over here?
That is when you want to be on the air. You click on.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
It has to be in program 1 for it to go over the air. And then over here is guest. So like those microphones over there,
Uh-huh.
kind of in that order.
Yeah.
And then I honestly don't know what that does. But here's like the silence, and they're all called like pot to pot it up and pot it down.
Mm.
The TV, if you want to hear the TV, there's a TV.
Mm-hmm.
When you put it in queue, it doesn't go over the air. You just hear it in here.
Ah.
And the phone number 2, Vox Pro. That's what we edit a lot of our stuff on, along with Adobe. We edit it and then put it over the air if it's an interview or something like that. And then you keep this up at all times because that's what's on the air.
And then that's a little preview if you're watching this later of what was played.
Yep. Basically, and then that's about it. Hotkeys like sound effects and different things like that. That's what those are. And that's really about it. Here's the volume for the
in studio of what's on
being
air.
in here, yeah.
And then what's that over there?
That's my purse.
No, over there.
Oh, honestly, I think the engineering department uses that. I have never touched that.
Oh.
So.
And then if you just wanted to interrupt the air, you'd basically push that button.
If you would want to go on right now, I'd have to be in program 1 and click on, and then you'll be breaching it.
All right. And then
That's about it.
And then over to this side, that's basically just guest microphones.
Yeah, that's like the morning show.
And then a window.
Yep.
All right, here's the outside of the studio. There's Tim Roberts' office there, some guitars. The way into the WYCD studio. A little record wall, it looks like, of different country artists. More music stuff. A storage. A stool. Alright, here's the outside of the studio. There's Tim Roberts' office there, some guitars. The way into the WYCD studio. A little record wall, it looks like, of different country artists. More music stuff. A storage. A stool. So that door that there was is another.
We used to be able to record in here. I don't think you can anymore. But they've kind of changed stuff around.
Get me out of here.
But a lot of times, like if you, back in the day before the pandemic and stuff, we would, come in here to record little things and stuff like that.
Alright, we're in the gym area.
Huh?
Do you want to call this the gym area?
Yeah, it's right over there.
The couch, Audacy chairs, a basketball hoop, a gym court, more chairs, a TV, and a window.